Once upon a time, there was a wealthy merchant with 6 children, 3 sons and 3 daughters. He was a sensible man who spared no expense on their education. His daughters were all beautiful, but the youngest was so striking that her elder sisters grew envious. From the day she was born, everyone called her the Little Beauty, and as she grew, the name stuck. Naturally, this only deepened her sisters' jealousy. The 2 older daughters were proud and accustomed to luxury. They refused to associate with ordinary folk, deciding they would only entertain proposals from dukes or earls. Every day was a whirlwind of parties, balls, and theater outings. By contrast, Beauty found her joy in books, losing herself for hours in tales of distant lands. She also loved to sing and play the harpsichord. Many well-off men offered their hearts to the older sisters, but were turned away for not being aristocratic enough. Beauty, for her part, politely thanked her suitors, saying she was too young to marry and preferred to stay with her father. Then misfortune struck. The merchant lost his entire fortune overnight. All that remained was a modest country house. With tears in his eyes, he told his children they would have to move there and earn their keep. The 2 older sisters reacted with fury, but their high society suitors vanished as quickly as the money did. Beauty, however, stepped forward with compassion. She resolved to stay by her father's side and comfort him. Life in the country was a drastic change. While her father and brothers worked the land, Beauty rose at dawn to clean, cook, and manage the home. Though exhausting at first, she grew stronger and healthier. In her spare moments, she read, played her harpsichord, and sang. Her sisters, meanwhile, did nothing but complain. "Look at her scrubbing floors," they sneer. "How dull her life must be." But Beauty knew that tears wouldn't bring back their fortune, and she learned to be happy without it. Her father saw her kindness and resilience and valued her more than ever. A year later, news arrived that one of the merchant's ships had finally landed safely. Hope returned. "I demand a crimson silk gown," cried one sister. "And I shall have ribbons and fine trinkets," said the other. But Beauty asked only for a single rose, since none grew in their valley. Her father promised to bring it, but when he reached the city, legal troubles swallowed up his goods. He returned home poorer than ever, his heart heavy. On his journey back, a fierce storm descended. Lost, cold, and hungry, he saw a light beckoning through the trees. It led him to a grand silent palace. The stable was open and full of hay for his horse. Inside, he found a lavish table set for one. He ate gratefully and found a cozy bed upstairs, where he fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, he woke to find fresh clothes laid out for him. Just before leaving, he remembered Beauty's wish and plucked a single rose from the magnificent garden. Suddenly, a terrible voice roared, "Ungrateful man! I gave you shelter, and you steal my rose. For this you shall die." A terrifying beast appeared. The merchant pleaded, "Please, sir, it was for my daughter who asked for nothing else." The beast replied, "I will let you go, but only if you bring one of your daughters to take your place. She must come willingly. If not, you must return yourself in 3 months." The merchant returned home and told his family everything, handing Beauty the rose. "This rose has cost you dearly," she wept. "Then I shall go in his place." Her brothers wanted to fight the beast, but their father refused. Beauty's mind was made up. When she arrived at the palace, the kind beast welcomed her. "Have you come of your own free will?" he asked gently. "Yes," she replied. The beast allowed her father to leave, warning him never to return. Alone, Beauty wept, but she resolved to be brave. Exploring the palace, she found a door inscribed with her name. Inside was a library, a harpsichord, and a magical book that read, "Welcome Beauty, banish fear. You are queen and mistress here." When she wished to know about her father, a magic mirror showed him arriving home safely. Every evening at supper, the beast would join her. "Do you find me repulsive?" he once asked. She admitted he was ugly, but added, "Your heart is what truly matters." She found him kind and intelligent, and began to look forward to his company. Every night he would ask, "Beauty, will you marry me?" And every night she would refuse, saying she valued him as a friend, but soon she grew to miss her family. "You may go," the beast said, "but promise to return in 1 week." He gave her a magic ring that would transport her home while she slept. Her family was overjoyed to see her. Her sisters, seeing her splendid gowns and hearing of her comfortable life, grew bitterly envious. Their own husbands were disappointing. One was vain, the other cruel. They plotted to keep Beauty longer, hoping the beast would grow angry and punish her. They begged and pleaded, and their tearful display moved Beauty to stay another week. But Beauty felt a deep unease. She had grown to care for the beast and hated the thought of him suffering. On the 10th night, she dreamed he was dying of a broken heart. She awoke in a panic. "Why have I been so cruel?" she cried. "I cannot live without him." She placed the ring back on her table, fell asleep, and woke up back in the palace. That evening, she dressed in her finest gown, but when the clock struck 9, the beast did not appear. Frantic, she ran through the gardens, calling his name. She found him lying near a canal, barely breathing. "Seeing you again lets me die content," he whispered. "Please do not leave me." She cried, "I cannot live without you. I wish to be your wife." At her words, the palace erupted in light and music. The beast was gone. Before her stood a handsome noble prince. "A fairy cursed me to remain a beast," he explained, "until a woman loved me for my heart alone. Your kindness has broken the spell." Just then, a good fairy appeared with Beauty's entire family. The fairy blessed their union and announced that Beauty would be a great queen. But for the two envious sisters, she had a different fate. They were turned into statues at the palace gates, to remain so until they learned to admit their faults. And so, Beauty married her prince, and they lived happily ever after, their happiness built on virtue and love. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more classic tales. See you next time.